nobody's stopping me. That's how I go when you pay for them shows and you study that pimp biology.
Yeah, it's March 12th, 2019, and we are live. I'm Dead on Dave, so this must fucking be Dead on Dave Live. What a goddamn concept. And I'm not by myself. Oh, no, no, no. We're joined by one of my favorite gays in the whole world, the one and only Film Oddities on Twitter. You know him as Tobes. What's going on, buddy?
Hey.
Oh, fuck.
How's everyone doing?
We're in for something. Oh, boy. Good.
Many controversial.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of shit going on right now.
Yeah, criminality,
There's
abuse.
so much, and we kind of we built the show, and there was two stories that have kind of broken the past like 8 to 10 hours, and we probably won't be able to cover them, but we will go ahead and give them a quick little once over as we get into stuff. I'm gonna rant about something that will probably either turn Tobes straight or put Tobes to sleep. I'm not sure which. We'll find out together. It's fucking science, kids.
I would bet the latter.
I don't understand it. You know, we were making fun of you about this the other day, so I'm going to go ahead and take it right here because
I was there.
Yeah, I know you were sitting there, fucking shitting all over wrestling. You're shitting all over the things that you should love the most. I mean, my God, this should give you fucking boner after boner after boner. These are big, sweaty men. Some of them twinks, and they're just fucking each other up. But then they hug a lot too, and sometimes they probably we have ear nibbling. Mike Tyson giving that nice little ear nibble to Evander Holyfield. That thing gets you going. I mean, come on. He's got nothing. He's
no.
like, nope. No, I'll take Wolverine on Broadway, please, instead.
Exactly. It's just the bad acting, and I can't stand it.
What bad acting? Wrestling's got some of the best acting in the world, man. Physical acting. Think about the athletic feats that they do inside of a wrestling ring, man. The way that they
I know.
come within milliseconds of
fighting
getting
with my family. Yes, I kind of understand.
Oh, I forgot. You seen Fighting with My Family. You're a wrestling expert now. Totally forgot.
No,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
But I understand though. It kind of, that movie does a really good job of highlighting how much hard work is put into being a wrestler. It's just like, it's not for me because it's like the acting when it comes to storyline of a third grade play. I can't stand for that.
When I look at it, I see this as like your mecca. I mean, the music, the pageantry, the costumes, they got fucking set designs, all this wonderful shit that should get your gay little heart flaming like Ricky Martin. But no, there's nothing there. I don't understand it. This should be your home. You should be loving this shit.
I don't even watch Drag Race anymore, Dave.
Oh, you got out of... Really? Now that, to me, is interesting. What turned you off from RuPaul's Drag Race, honey?
All of it?
Well, I think next week, Tobes will be here chewing tobacco and talking about his new Alabama fucking bride, Wendy Hefferstorm. He helped her out of a fucking tornado back in 2006. And now he's
that doesn't mean I've not been watching a lot of John Waters movies.
Oh, okay.
That kind of.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can't fully fucking cure you. Mike Pence will be very upset to hear that. So the two things that I want to touch on before we get into anything else, because they are kind of big stories. I know you have more information on the Lori Loughlin fucking story. This is a cheating scandal. Go ahead and take us through this real quick because it is sort of interesting. So what happened?
You don't want to do McGregor?
Well, I'm going to do McGregor in a second. Don't worry. I'm going to do McGregor justice. But I just want to gloss over these two. This and the Depp story. Then I'll go into mine, and then we'll go into the rest of yours.
Okay. So, I love that Aunt Becky is trending.
Fucking ain't right, Aunt Becky's trending. Jesus Christ. She could have gave me a blowy in fucking college, and she could have cheated for me, too. Are you kidding me? God damn it. Have mercy, I should say.
So Felicity Hoffman and Laura Linney, Laura Linney, is it Laura Linney?
No, that's a different chick. This Aunt Becky is Lori.
Yeah, that's the bitch that fake cried.
Yeah. But she was good in Mothman Prophecies, though. That was a good movie. Okay. Richard Gere for life, fucker. Hey, I will cut you, man. I'll fuck you up. I will fuck you up. Don't you dare talk about fucking Mothman. Richard Gere's a fucking national treasure. And another guy that you should like a lot. considering, you might share interest with him in the anal canal realm, is all I'm saying.
Dude, we can't get these rodents where I live.
I can just imagine now, like, underground Arab fucking clubs where it's like $17,000 for a fucking gerbil because it's such a rare thing over there. It's just like opium dens, but with fucking ass fuckery from an animal. I mean, Jesus Christ, that would be wonderful. I can't deal with it. So what exactly did these two women do? And well, actually, there's like 50 people involved in the sting. 40, excuse me.
Yeah.
What happened?
So Felicity Hoffman arrested an elite college bribe scheme. Lori Linney, Hollywood investor Bill McGloshin, and others charged too.
Good Lord.
Yeah, so it's a lot of people.
Lori Loughlin is her name, not Lori Linney.
Lori
Loughlin is Aunt Becky.
Laughlin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Laura. Yeah, I've been confused with that stupid YouTube.
That's okay. I got you.
Yeah.
Please continue.
Every fucking Laura Laughlin. Yeah. Okay. At least two.
I told you this story sucked.
Yeah. I mean, it really it's just it's weird because like they're the last people you'd think they'd be incriminated for fraud.
Right. I mean, like the whitest of fucking women. I mean, like this is about as blue collar as a fucking. Oh God, can you imagine the fucking lesbian love scene they're gonna have in white prison fucking prison and white collar prison?
Film Twitter's already casting the movie.
Orange is the new. How rude! That'd be fucking fantastic. That'd be fucking fantastic.
Is it Felicity Hoffman married to William H. Macy?
I don't know. Yeah, that's something that sounds like you would know. I'm sorry, Hollywood marriages is way more up your alley than mine, sir, is all I'm saying.
No, I think she is wife. Let's see.
I think you're right. By the way, guys, go ahead and hit that like button. And it's good to see so many people up in the chat hanging out. I see Jade. I see GunCannon, Fake Ass Twat, Makad, Duelist Drew. By the way, man, that dude made me a fucking sick end card for a project that we got going on with him, Sylphit, and Fake Ass Twat. Some really cool stuff coming out of them. I can't wait for you guys to see it. See what I did there? I tap danced for you while you're figuring this out. Go ahead. I'm awesome.
So yeah, she is married to William H. Macy, and William H. Macy avoids charges in the SAT scam despite meeting with alleged masterminds.
He ratted her out. Man. This is some deep throat shit. He wanted to get rid of her, man. He wanted to fucking upgrade to a 20-year-old, so he fucking outed her for cheating. I love it.
Oh my God! It's kind of weird. It's a weird story.
It is a weird story.
It's kind of like boring from like a.
It's incredibly boring,
right? it is, but the people in it are like the most like it's wow.
Right. I mean, it's incredible because you wouldn't expect it. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, that is kind of our crime. As in white people, we cheat on tests. It's kind of what we do, man. I mean, it's our thing. We organize these elaborate schemes for mass cheating at fucking schools and stuff. That's what white folks do. That's our big crime. How many brothers do you see in white-collar prison? That's all I'm saying.
None.
Not many.
Fucking Reagan.
Fucking Reagan. You leave him alone. Ronnie forever. Nixon never. I don't know. I was just going with a Nixon joke. I don't know why. I don't know. The other thing that I want to gloss over, because I don't have all the facts on it yet, but I might have to have you back again this week if we can, because this is fantastic. This next thing that we're going to gloss over is fucking amazing. So you'll remember about a year ago, all this stuff with Johnny Depp was happening. Like, he was spiraling out of control. There was all these rumors of him beating his wife and all kinds of shit, right? Remember this?
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of stuff. It was like we covered a little bit of it because he was really having a rough go. Got kicked off a movie set, right? He got into a fight on the movie set, all kinds of shit. So
I think the sub story landed Amber Heard the role of Mira.
Yeah, you might be right about that. It very well might have. So it turns out that it came. I don't even know how it came out. I don't know if this is through court proceedings or what. But it turns out that Johnny Depp never beat his wife. Not once. In fact, for the past few years, she's been beating the fuck out of him, and he took the rap for it. That's fucking incredible. Oh, Jesus Christ.
What a twist. What a twist.
Yeah, Shyamalanian. It's fucking Shyamalanian, man. It's amazing. I couldn't believe it. And it's all over Twitter. It's like the only thing that's out trending on Twitter is fucking another Aladdin trailer, which I'm already sick of.
No, and Laura Loughlin.
Oh, they're ahead of him. Okay, I saw him on the top of the list. All right.
And then some stupid fucking soccer player. And that's the United States trends. Come on, step your game up.
All right, well, whatever, man. That was 5 minutes ago. It was different. You could suck it there, fucking golf ball lover. Golf ball lover? What the fuck's a golf ball lover? I was trying to make a joke about sucking a golf ball through a tube, and somehow I got fucking golf ball lover out of that. I'm really tired. Mm-hmm. I'm really tired.
It seems so. It seems
I'm telling you. So this is going to be something that we got to go back to. What do you think of what do you make of this shit?
Weird. I don't know. How did this break exactly?
I don't even know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, like I only saw this about 5 minutes before I came on the air, and it was very, very brief. But it's all fucking over. I guess the whole court, some stuff from court leaked out. I guess they went to court.
Oh no! Alice Cooper defends Johnny Depp ahead of Hollywood Vampires tour. 99% was just bull. That's a quote.
Oh, really?
Earlier this month, it was reported that Depp is suing his ex-wife for defamation over hoax domestic abuse claims.
Oh.
Yeah. Alice Cooper has once again issued a defense of his Hollywood Vampires bandmate, Johnny Depp, claiming that the most of the reports surrounding the actor and musician's behavior last year was just bull. Speaking to Billboard ahead of the 7-day tour around the U.S. West Coast in May. Oh, okay. Cooper revealed that the band's forthcoming studio album includes songs by Johnny Depp that vents frustration over allegations of abuse leveled against him by his ex-wife, the actress Amber Heard.
Sometimes you gotta sing it out, man. Sometimes the only way you can get past that shit is if you make a rock song about it. It's the only way.
Yeah. I'm spewing his I'm spewing his venom on this album, which is kind of good, Cooper said, adding that all the stuff you heard last year about Johnny, 99% of that was just bull. I've never seen him look better in my life. I've never seen... That's a lie.
Yeah, no, come on. He's falling apart, man.
Yeah, I've never
He's
seen
actually
him
starting to look like Captain Jack Sparrow. That's not a good thing. Fucking falling the fuck apart. It's not good.
Yeah, it kind of looks like when they're in that cave in the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie. And he walks into the light.
That's exactly. Crypt Keeper Johnny Depp will refer to him as.
I've never heard him play better. And the way the press would have it is he's a total destruction. He's a total What?
He was in self-destruction mode. We'll call it that.
Okay. And ready to die. Totally not true. So he's basically disputing what the press is saying.
So where is it coming out that he was the one who was being abused? Because that's all over Twitter.
Yeah, because there I've seen a few photos when I'm scrolling through trending where he has like a black eye, yeah. Or like I don't know.
I just for some reason the idea of Amber Heard beating the fuck out of him just brings a smile. I don't even hate Johnny Depp. I love Johnny Depp. He's a great actor. He's in some of my favorite movies. But come on, man. I just want to see a video. Can we get one leak of a video of her going, Johnny, I told you to fucking wash those dishes, and just whap, just fuck them up.
So this is the this is the evidence that he has. Johnny Depp has photos of his injuries, multiple eyewitness testimonies, security camera footage, a sworn deposition where she admitted to abusing him, text messages, police officer testimonies, but Amber Heard is a hero, right?
She's a hero, man.
Get the fuck out of here.
You know what? I love it. The reason why I love this story is it's kind of like the same thing with the Juicy Smollett thing. You know, I mean, everybody fucking had a knee-jerk reaction to it when it first came out, and I love when it comes out to be bullshit, because over the next few days, those fucking rattling fucking cunt bags on The View and The Talk and all those other cunty fucking shows, they all have to eat shit. And I love it. I love it. It gets me fucking harder than if I was getting blown by a supermodel right fucking now. I'm getting old. I'm telling you, because I love when these fucking people have to eat the biggest bags of fucking shit. It's really amazing. Holy hell.
Well, I mean, the story was kind of like, you know, it was just. It was sort of like an admission by Johnny Depp that he was the abuser. Right?
Yes, well, he was taking the rap for it, yeah.
Yeah, he was taking the rap for it. So people, you know, with good conscience spoke out about it.
Right. But maybe sometimes you shouldn't, you know? Maybe this is a little bit of a cautionary tale that maybe you shouldn't. And if you do, and the guy is coming out and being forthcoming, maybe question it just a little bit before you fucking blast him after he's already trying to put his hands out and just get over the fucking situation. But they didn't do that. They hammered him, and now they got to eat crow. They got to eat crow. Got to eat it. And I love it. It makes me happy. Okay. I'm telling you, I've watched that Sarah Gilbert clip of her first. The way she spoke out hard on that Juicy Smollett thing. She really did. And then I got to watch the clip where she has to fucking recant it. I've masturbated to it 4 times. 4 times. And I'm talking like hit the roof with my cum masturbation. Like, no, it's amazing. I'm setting records over here. Amazing. Yep. Gonna be one of those days, Tobes. Gonna be one of those days. Buckle up.
It does seem like it. We're gonna talk about pedophilia soon, so strap in, folks.
Alleged pedophilia, motherfucker. Get the alleged right. Neverland didn't prove a fucking thing. We're gonna talk about that in a little bit. But
alleged.
I digress. Okay. I digress. Anything else on Johnny Depp?
Right now, no. This should have broke at a more convenient time for us. Don't you agree?
Yes.
Yeah, but it seems like there are video evidence that Johnny Depp's fucked up, and Amber Heard fucked up.
Right.
And she was the one that's being abusive. And if it comes out, then I don't know how to feel about MOIRAI now.
Right.
And
because we were talking about this before the show. She probably got that role because of the victimhood.
As I've heard, it's kind of like that her agents used it as sort of like a jumping
right.
board to reach what they want. Like she was already a top contender, but she got like the sympathy vote as well. So yeah, it's interesting to see.
I'd say so.
Yeah. Some of the pictures have been out there, like Johnny Depp with a black eye and some testimonies as well, under oath.
Yeah, could he face some perjury charges?
Oh, I don't know.
Because if
he's suing her, so I don't.
Oh, he's suing her. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't think he can. That's the thing.
Yeah, probably not. Fair enough.
Yeah.
We'll get more on that when we hear more about it. I'm sure this is going to be breaking. This is going to be a story for a little while, you know? It's definitely...
I hope so.
Yeah, so... Yeah, we'll definitely have some follow-up on that. I'm going to... Man, why the fuck do I leave my goddamn fucking notifications on? I can tell you I'm waiting for a fucking very important text from my weed guy. But still, I digress. All right, so... I'm in pain, man. I'm fucking dying, dude. Kinetic's trying to kill me, I swear to God. All right, so here's the part where Tobes is probably going to fall asleep on us, and that's completely okay. This is not going to be a very long thing. I basically just have a question for everybody who watches any type of combat sports, mixed martial arts, or anything. There are so many reprehensible people throughout the history of boxing. I actually looked up today all the people in boxing and MMA that have been convicted of a crime. The list is actually too much. It's fucking overwhelming, man. It's ridiculous. So who'd have thought it too? Tobes, if I told you that we're talking about a group of men that just like bludgeoning other men with their fucking fist, I mean, those sound like guys who would never do crime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Far from it.
never.
They're like Felicity. Laurel.
That's right. It's basically a bunch of Aunt Beckys and just walking around.
Exactly.
They're kissing babies. Yeah, exactly. They're totally fine.
In my humble opinion, I find it hard to believe that men who bludgeon the fuck out of other men and bask in the blood of their enemies would ever commit crimes outside of the ring.
But unfortunately, we don't live in a world where that is reality. This is a crazy world that we live in, and these testosterone-filled pugilists. Yeah, there we go. That's pugilist. Pugilist is the word I was looking for. They fuck up quite a bit, and right now we're talking about Conor McGregor, who is arguably one of the best fighters of our generation, not counting Khabib, of course, because he did beat the brakes off of poor Conor. But Conor's had some issues, but he is definitely one of the most entertaining fighters. I mean, he's reminiscent of Muhammad Ali in that way to sell a fight, to get under people's skin. He'll go to race stuff. He'll go to the things that people are afraid to because he knows that's what sells fights. It was true in the 60s with Muhammad Ali, and it's true to this very fucking day. People like a showman. People like a big fucking mess to make you think that there's more beef. Now, unfortunately for Conor's last fight, he did that with a guy who is like Muslim and shit and don't play that. And he stomped him the fuck out. So he don't play, like, you can hear Conor in his last fight because Habib's like beating the fuck out of him on the ground. He's like, talk now. Let's talk now. Let's talk now. Conor gets up and goes, it was fucking business. He's like, didn't know what to do with that. You can't do that with a Muslim man. He's going to fuck your world up. Can't do that. No, because this is an actively violent Muslim man on top of that. You can't fucking, no. Sorry, buddy. It ain't happening. It's just not going down. So,
have you not seen the Turkish in Wiesbaden, Conor?
Yeah, we have. It's fucking insane to me. So Conor's had issues in the past. Of course, the big thing at the Barclays Center where he threw a guardrail through the fucking bus and people got hurt. He got off with a fucking slap on the wrist, like most people knew he would. Well, Conor's back in the press today because yesterday somebody tried to take a picture with him, and he didn't like it very much. This is in Florida, I believe, because everything happens in fucking Florida. And he takes the phone out of the person's hand. Well, actually, he slaps it out of the hand, and then he does a little tap-a dance on that fucking phone, just like he did to Habib, by the way, that little tappy. And he crushed the phone, destroyed it. So he's been arrested on strong-armed burglary, strong-armed robbery is what he's being fucking booked on, which is a felony. And some people are confused by this. Like, he crushed the phone. Who's the big deal? Why is that? Phones are $1,000 now, kids. All right?
I'm about to buy one that's $1,000.
Oh, I hate you so much. I hate you and your Arab money. It's fucking bullshit. I'm
putting it on layaway.
Fair enough. All right. You're buying that fucking bendy phone?
That what?
The bendy phone, the foldable phone?
No. Fuck that.
I can see you buying that.
Maybe the next generation. This one kind of looks elementary, and I'm not happy about it. But I would like the Samsung S10 Plus.
Yeah. Well, I got the 8 Plus, and I love it. I fucking love it. It's a great phone.
Well, good on you. I have the Note 9 right now.
Well, of course, outdo me, motherfucker. I hate you, man. Anyways, so Conor is in shit once again. He's already out on bail, of course. And again, he'll probably not get much. But the question, even as a non-sports guy as you are, you can attribute this to other things. And you kind of attribute it to someone like Johnny Depp or some other actors who have a lot of issues. When does it become where it's no longer worth it? I mean, yes, the guy generates so much money, and he does, man. He's done it in multiple venues, and one day most people think he'll enter professional wrestling, and he'll really make some money then. But when is it enough, especially in the UFC, where Dana White is such a fucking disgusting figurehead who every time he opens his mouth to breathe, the breath goes the fucking sideways because he's that big of a fucking liar. It's just, it's unreal. This dude does...
Republican.
I don't know what his political affiliation is, and that doesn't matter, sir.
He talked at the RNC.
Well, good for fucking
That
Dana
should
White.
tell you everything.
No, it doesn't tell you anything, you fucking cunt. Go fucking suck a Bernie Sanders cock. Get out of here with that shit. Oh no, wait, are you off Bernie yet, or you still want to fuck that old man?
No, I'm writing I'm writing speeches for certain DSA groups so they can give endorsements for Bernie. So that's
son of a bitch. I swear. Hey, luckily he's like 87,000 years old, so I don't think they're going to be able to swear in a mummy. I'm not overly concerned. I don't think he's going to win anyway.
Oh, fuck that! Long live the burn, death to his enemies.
That sounds about right. Because if he gets in charge, tyranny's just a fucking little bit around the corner. But we'll cross that bridge, hopefully, after it gets blown the fuck up. So, so it's a question I think that most organizations or anybody really has to ask yourself. No matter what happens with your top draw, there has to be a point where that no longer becomes worth it. And with these crimes starting to pile up, and his court problems, I don't even think he's out of full trouble with the Barclay thing. I think there's still people suing him over that. So the question pops up is he worth it? So I want to ask the chat that. Is Conor McGregor worth all of his headaches to the UFC? Does it change your aspect when you're watching him? Do you want to boo him even more? Do you kind of connect with him a little bit more because he's a flawed human being? How do you feel about things like that, Tobes? If you're a big fan of somebody and they start fucking up left and right, and they're not even doing what they do, which is win or put out good movies or suck great cock in your instance, when do you stop becoming a fan of theirs? When do you pull away, or do you ever, or can you separate? And this is something we're going to talk about in the next topic too.
It kind of depends on the crime or the nuisancery, I guess.
Yeah.
But if you're kind of like always just a fucking cunt, even if you do something good, I'm not gonna root for you,
Right.
Like, who's that? What the fuck is his name? The guy from Fantastic Four, the new one.
Oh,
Miles something.
I don't. Ian Miles Chung? No, not him. That's not.
No, God.
He's a different train wreck.
He's a different train wreck. But yeah, that guy's kind of like he makes
deal?
he makes good movies and stuff like that. He's an asshole, and he's known to be an asshole. So yeah, people don't just I can't stand behind him. Bruce Willis is a good example. Me and you are Kevin Smith fans.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. He's an asshole. I don't really like Bruce Willis, but I enjoy his movies, and I can separate that.
Sometimes but if Bruce Willis started committing petty crimes, especially those of the violent nature, it becomes a different thing, I mean,
exactly.
We've seen this in the NFL. I mean, Ray Rice was fully allowed to start playing football again after what he did to that woman in that fucking elevator, but no team ever took a chance on him again. I mean, you have a whole bunch of instances. Like Floyd Mayweather is a great example. He's a woman beater. I mean, like he did 18 months for fucking beating women. I mean, and he came back and he's now traveling all over the world doing exhibition fights with these 20-year-old fucking kickboxers in China and shit. He's fighting Conor McGregor. There's talks of another Pacquiao fight. You could always come back if you're great.
Jesus.
Always come back if you're great. I mean, this is true in anything. Look at fucking Motley Crue. Vince fucking Neil. Jesus Christ.
Another wife beater and homophobe.
No, he fucking killed a man and did 30 days in fucking jail. Vehicular fucking homicide. God
what the fuck?
Yeah, he fucking was drunk, killed the motherfucker, did 30 days in jail, went back on tour. Unfucking I'm not even kidding. I'm 100% fucking real. It's unbelievable. It's ridiculous. Dante Stallworth, football player, same deal. Fucking ran over a guy, while drunk, didn't do a fucking day of fucking jail, I don't think. Wound back up
if
in the
that's
NFL.
Not indicative of the fact that the U.S. has two different justice systems, I don't know what is.
There's no question. There's no question, man. I can just imagine.
Bernie 2020, I guess.
Yes, because I can't wait for Bernie to bring back the guillotine. Because I can see that shit.
Oh, I'm down with that. Are you kidding me? I'd love them exponentially more.
Oh my god!
For bringing out the guillotine.
Oh god!
Some people in U.S. politics deserve the guillotine.
Oh Jesus! We're not even talking about actual violent criminals anymore. Now you're just like, oh, you know what? Let's start with Republicans and go from there. You're fucking ridiculous. You are out of control, sir. You're out of fucking control. Vince killed the drummer. Yeah, in Hanoi Rocks, he was his passenger. He didn't hit a guy. He was in the fucking the seat next to him, right? That's the story. It's an old story. This happened a long fucking time ago, man.
Yeah, Caitlyn Jenner really killed a person, but she's stunning and brave.
And speaking of politics, and speaking of the Democrats, motherfucker, look at the Kennedys. The Kennedys. I mean, Kennedy killed the bitch, and nobody cares. Yeah. Nobody cares. Yeah. Nobody gave a fuck. It's unbelievable. It's unreal, man. It really is fucking. And they're
Kennedys can get away with murder, and
they're the closest thing we have to royalty, and they're fucking corrupt as shit. It's unreal. I love it.
Yeah. I don't like the Kennedys.
Okay. How convenient.
Up until JFK. Oh, what do you mean, how convenient? I'm a socialist.
But still,
capitalist.
I get that.
Up until JFK, I didn't really like anyone. That's it. Come on, Dave, keep up.
Well, you know what? I just figured that you might have a little poster of him, like underneath your Marx posters. I figured you would have that.
I do.
He almost didn't catch it. Catch it, man. That's awesome.
I have a bust of Karl Marx that's actually like a piggy bank.
I bet you do.
Next to it, I have a picture of Patrick Kane, or John Maynard Kane.
Patrick Kane? The hockey player?
No, John Maynard Kane.
I wish that were true. Just the randomness of it. Patrick Kane. Hey, it's a Blackhawk. I approve.
John Patrick Keynes, The Economist.
Okay.
Next to it, a picture of Kevin Smith. Then it's a picture of Trotsky.
Oh my God. Trotsky with his foot on Lenin's body or something. My fucking God.
That's not history.
It's not how it went, but I can just see it. You would love it anyway. But you know the thing that caught my ear, what you just said, is the Marx Bank. I mean, that's a really good concept because once you put the money in the bank, you'll never fucking see it again because it's already given away. So it's perfect.
That's not how. That is literally not how.
It's exactly how your fucking shitty fucking goddamn ideology works. It doesn't matter if there's nothing in this bank. Give it away anyway. It's totally fine. Totally okay. You try to put a quarter in and it says you owe $1.50.
I guess not, David.
What did you just say? What did you say?
Das Kapital.
Yes. Ich bin ein Berliner. How about that? And we go back to the Kennedy, and we go.
Hell yeah.
That's how you go full circles, and that's why I'm the best in the game, kids. Never fucking forget. But I mean, that's really all I got on Conor McGregor. I just find the story incredibly amusing to me, because this dude is another one of these guys who has it all. And for just temper reasons or stupid bullshit reasons, he's going to be another one who's going to throw it all away. And it pisses me off because I have nothing. Everything I have is right here on this desk and my little fucking girl. And that's it. And these motherfuckers have everything, and it makes me mad they throw it away. If you're going to throw it away, give it to me. I'll take it. No, actually, there's a reason why I'm probably poor and will never have any power. Because God knows I am not the one to have it. Would not be good. It would not end well, man. It would be bad. I'd be like fucking Bleeding Gums Murphy in that episode of The Simpsons where he's just smashing Fabergé eggs. That'd be me. That's exactly. Give me another one, damn it. It would be exactly how it'd fucking be. All right. So I'm glad we were able to get a lot of laughs in because I don't know if there's going to be a lot for the rest of the show. Tobes, what's the main topic?
Oh, you want to get into the main topic right away?
Yeah, let's power through this.
All right, we'll power through this, and then we'll go to Shazam and Ben Affleck no longer playing Batman.
Yeah, we definitely got a lot to laugh about there.
Yeah. So, Leaving Neverland, a two-part documentary premiered on HBO.
Yep.
The topic of the documentary was the alleged pedophilia of Michael Jackson.
That's right.
In this documentary, two different boys, well, men now, are interviewed, and they basically come out and say, "Hey, Michael Jackson and I had a relationship."
Yeah, you can put it that way, I guess. They said it a little bit different than that, but yeah, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Ignorant. Ignorant.
What?
That's ignorant.
Oh my God!
I'm
What?
trying
No.
to do Michael Jackson.
Fucking at a world of fucking no. Never again, Tobes. Never the fuck. No. That is not okay.
Why?
You just raped my ears with something awful. My God.
Shimon.
Everybody's got something to say about this shit, man. I mean, like, this is one of the hottest stories right now in entertainment. The documentary, I don't even want to really call it a documentary. I'm gonna really call it what it is. It's a hit piece. It was a very highly orchestrated and overproduced. I would say it's HBO, so that makes sense. Hit piece with a lot of interesting stuff. So continue on to what you have with it.
Basically, it's just a lot of people have been either believing this or pointing out contradictions within the story. Some people say the stories that the parents tell are very different than the stories the sons tell, or at least slightly different.
Not slightly at all.
Or at least. That's why I said but yeah, and people like Wendy Williams are basically discounting the documentary as a hit job.
Good on her.
Completely. And it does. I might fall under that camp.
It's visceral. The documentary is visceral. It really does speak to people. It touches you because they get into such detail and they say such horrific fucking things, Tobes. I mean, it's supposed to tug at you. It's supposed to make you feel this way. It's what it's supposed to do, and it's very effective in that, man.
Yeah. What's the name of the advocate against pedophilia in Hollywood?
Oh, fucking oh, come on.
Yeah, right?
Man, I don't know. Fuck. Someone in the chat help us out. Yeah, good people.
Yeah.
We'll call him blah, 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 blah for now. Go ahead.
Yeah. But basically, he was like a staunch supporter of Michael Jackson because he used to hang out with him, and he never experienced any sort of sexual things around Michael. But he said after watching the documentary, he said he believes the victims of it. And he said he'll never defend Michael Jackson again.
Yeah. A lot of people seem to be having that same taste. The Simpsons have pulled an iconic episode from their catalog. You cannot find that episode of with Michael Jackson in it. They pulled it.
Hold on. Last month, it was announced that Thriller is going to be playing in my country.
Well,
I want to see if that's still on.
I got a feeling not. Drake dropped a song. Drake had a huge song on his new album that was had never before heard Michael Jackson vocals on it, and he dropped it. Everyone seems to be made up their mind on it for the most part. But I have always been a Michael Jackson supporter. I have. I'm going to put that right out there. Mainly because I lived through these trials. I watched them every fucking day. And I watched as the defense did this. I'm telling you, man, from a legal standpoint, from a guy who took a few fucking legal courses in college, barely enough to talk about this, Jesus Christ, man. That defense team did an immaculate job of ripping the fucking prosecution to pieces. By the end of it, there is like, they go over during that fucking trial. There was like 2 cases where they fucking admitted they just did it for money. You know, it was that good of a job. They ripped them to fucking pieces, but yet people still made up their minds. Why? 'Cause Michael Jackson's weird. Michael Jackson's incredibly weird. I don't think we've ever had a case in entertainment quite like Michael Jackson, a guy who started in entertainment at 7 years old with a very overbearing family.
Again, like that is true, but he was sleeping in the same bed as them.
But
for
it doesn't necessarily. Yeah, I understand that, and it's weird.
Yeah,
I know it's weird.
The probability.
Look, a lot of I've read some interesting things from psychiatrists and therapists about Michael Jackson because he's a very very
He didn't have a childhood.
He didn't
and I
have a
think he was trying to
childhood.
explore
Yeah.
it.
I mean, that's the thing. I can't say for a fact that Michael Jackson never touched any kids. And if I'm being honest, I'm like Dave Chappelle. Would you let your child go over to Michael Jackson? Fuck no. but I still don't think he really did anything. And I want to point to a couple of those contradictions that you were talking about, because they're pretty fucking damning, dude. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. This isn't a tweet that's going around, and I have verified these, and this is exactly what was said in the documentary and the dates. We're getting into it right now. So this is a must-read, The Lies from the documentary. This is Safe Chuck's mother. This is one of the two people who were interviewed. I was so happy in 2009 that Michael Jackson died and can't harm any other child. I danced. The only problem with that is Safe Chuck is on the record saying, I did not realize until 2013 that I was abused. I got therapy and realized it and then told my mom about it. She couldn't have known in 2009 because he didn't tell her. So there's fucking contradiction one. We have more. It's not done yet. Safe Chuck, once again. He seems to be the one that's the big liar here. Safe Chuck. Michael Jackson abused me at the Grammys in 1989 in L.A. A little bit of a problem with that because Michael Jackson neither attended nor performed at the Grammys in 1989, as the Grammys were held in New York that year. Oof. But maybe he's got another one. Hold on. Safe Chuck, here's another one. Michael Jackson took me to Euro Disney in 1988 for our honeymoon. Only problem is Euro Disney wasn't there until 1992. That's not good. But I spent Thanksgiving at Michael Jackson's house with Michael in 1987, and he abused me that night too. Only problem is Michael Jackson was performing on a tour in Australia at Thanksgiving in 1987. There are a lot more than this. It's getting more and more. They're piling up. Can you imagine that? What the fuck?
It's Mary Poppins.
I know it was Mary fucking Poppins. I was just very confused at why she's in my ear.
I thought the sound clip was appropriate.
It was.
Can you imagine that?
So now I know. The second you told me that Wendy Williams was defending Michael, I knew you were kind of coming around. Because you don't go against Wendy very often. I mean,
no,
you love her to death. So what do you make of this? Do you think it's bullshit? Do you think, I mean, look, I can't say, nobody can say that Michael Jackson didn't do anything. Not 100% conclusively. I don't think he did. I think he's such a weird, bizarre case that we've never really seen in this type of way. He's so bizarre. It really could go either way, but I can understand from his standpoint if all he did was just sleep in the same bed as children, because he had a mindset of a child. Maybe it was all innocent. But I'll tell you what, with the amount of victims that have come, or alleged victims that have come out and either changed their story, recanted their story, or go on to do these fucking ridiculous documentaries where there is just unfounded allegation after unfounded allegation. Are people even aware that the Jackson family is suing HBO right fucking now? They're going to fuck them up, Tobes. What do you make of this?
It probably will.
They're going to fuck them up.
I don't think there was the tiniest concession from any member of the Jackson family to anything in that documentary.
No.
And it was just staunch defense of their uncle and brother and stuff like that. I'm more inclined, because we've seen this more like over and over, people claiming this to get money and stuff like that. I'm more inclined to believe the Jackson family. But should evidence come to the contrary,
I'll grab my pitchfork.
Yes, I'll grab my pitchfork.
We'll light them up together, man. I mean, I have no problem with that. It's absolutely no problem with it. But I mean, it's interesting when you look at it from these high profile cases, and you see the differences with the Michael Jackson case than like a case with Bill Cosby. Now, I thought Bill Cosby was actually going to get off because one of the women of the 53 that accused him of rape admitted to the fact that she took money, and that was the whole reason why she was doing this. It was all bullshit. She had a book deal, blah, blah, blah. But it didn't derail the case because there was enough there. That tells me that it probably would have remained true in the Michael Jackson case as well. But it's every fucking victim, essentially, that the story changes. And there's so many things. These family members are such disgusting motherfuckers. They're trying to exploit every part of this to get a piece of Michael's legacy. And I just don't get it anymore. The man is fucking dead, long fucking buried. The timing of it didn't make sense. You're going to fucking go after a guy that cannot defend himself. And you're going to hope that you say enough repugnant shit that just get the entire wave of backlash just going in your direction. And so far, it's working. Do you think there's any way to stop this momentum of backlash?
Only if they win the case or they settle with HBO.
Yeah. It's going to be called HBO Jackson after this shit. That's what it's going to fucking be. You know what the most interesting thing to me is? One of the golden boys for pedophilia in Hollywood over the past couple of years has been Corey Feldman, who also had...
Yeah, Corey Feldman. That's the guy I've been trying to talk about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Corey. Okay, that's Corey Feldman, who he is saying that he was raped by multiple people growing up, molested by multiple people, but he is a staunch defender of Michael Jackson, or at least he was.
Yeah,
now
but
you're
he
saying,
flipped.
Yeah, but I don't understand it because he knew Michael. He spent time with Michael, so. I don't understand how we could say...
Based on the interview he did, he's like... It was like they were describing the mentality of a boy being molested.
Yeah, but they had a lot of years to practice.
Yeah, and then what he said he found convincing was the day they realized they were... the day they realized they were groomed and molested as children, because you don't realize that at the moment, right? You don't think it's wrong, or and sometimes you blame yourself for these things. So, once you grow up and realize that this is wrong and stuff like that, you can develop mental illnesses. You can have breakdowns, and he said the way they described their first awakening towards the fact that they were molested. That's when he said he believed them.
Yeah. And you know what? I guess I can understand where he's coming from, but that's ignoring all the other things that are happening with it and his own experiences with Michael. And Feldman's also been accused of glory hounding this whole thing, or before the Michael Jackson stuff, but everything with the pedophilia, because some of his stories aren't exactly checking out either. Eric the Champ in the chat says, Jacko Wacko is guilty. What about all the settlements with kid families? Dude, look, there are so many instances where people settle to just make something go away. That does not necessarily mean guilt. There's multiple situations that will bring two parties together to make this stop. And that doesn't necessarily mean he's guilty. It just means it's going to be more expensive. He would have been fighting that until the day that he fucking died if he didn't settle with some of these people. You know, because you can't prove something like that conclusively, but you can continue to take it to court. You can file more injunctions. You can continue to petition, and it's just going to keep on fucking costing Michael money. And more importantly, if he ever wanted to do a comeback, which ironically enough, he was training for when he fucking died, he was going on that big world tour, the This Is It tour and all that, he would have been able to do it. God, I told you not to fucking do it. I told you. I told you not to fucking do it. It's just, look, I understand where Lost Soul and Eric the Champ and you guys are coming from. I can understand it. It's a very, it's visceral. It touches you. I fucking get it. It's just not enough. The settlement is not enough for me. Not with how many stories have changed. Not with how many details have been fucking just flip-flopped around, you know? And the fact that parents continue to fucking parade their kids into that environment. Macaulay Culkin had a great relationship. I don't think Macaulay Culkin has ever said one ill word of Michael Jackson. I don't know.
But just because this boy wasn't raped doesn't mean the others.
No, you're very right. You're very right. I'm looking at the entire picture, and too much doesn't make sense for me. You know, I mean, and I'm not one of these people. I don't know if you can point to a situation, unless you're Keemstar, of course, because anything I say of Tommy, of course, is only my bias. But you can't point to a situation where I will overlook a fact, a irrefutable fact, because I like somebody, because that's not who I am. I look at things as absolutely fair as I can. I look at all the things that are happening, and I ask myself one simple question: does it make sense? You know, and this doesn't to me. It really doesn't. And it sucks that I don't even want to talk about it. It's disgusting, and I know it's only going to bring me backlash. I have friends of mine on Twitter who are saying people who defend Michael Jackson are flat earthers. I'm like, how do you fight against that? How do you fight against that? You're just lapping me in with the crazies, you know? You can't battle against that, man. I don't want to be Kyrie Irving. Fuck that. No, thank you. It's fine.
The guy's dead.
He's dead. He's dead. I really, really hope something resolute comes from all of this, either conclusively one way or another one day. I mean, because this is just going to keep happening. You know, every 5-10 years, it's just going to keep happening. I don't know. Anyway, what else do we got?
So from that sadness, let's move on to a sort of sadness, but a really funny story. Ben Affleck is no longer playing Batman in the DC cinematic.
Yeah, it's official now.
Yeah, it is official. He made it official, and there was a casting list that was leaked.
Ooh, now you didn't tell me this part. I didn't know this.
Because it turned out to be complete bullshit.
Oh, who was on the list, though?
A few really bad picks. So thank God it was. Let me. So there was Armie Hammer. Armie Hammer was like the biggest name on the list, and everyone was saying, "Oh, Armie Hammer is going to get this part.
Mm-hmm.
Armie Hammer is going to get this part." But Armie Hammer shuts down the rumor that he's replacing Ben Affleck as Batman. And good on him. I want him to be the Green Lantern. I want him to be Hal Jordan.
You want another Green Lantern movie after that last fucking debacle, really?
Yes, yes. And I'd have Armie Hammer be the.
I like Armie Hammer a lot. I got the baking soda in my fridge. It's fucking fantastic. I don't care if MC Hammer plays fucking Batman. You know why? Because the DCU is dead and canceled. Eric the Champ, you're 100% right. It looks like they're going to focus on individual stories now. So does it even matter? Because they're going in different directions? And I'm sure Ben no longer wanting to play Batman has something to do with that. But do you even think this matters?
I don't think it has anything to do with that, to be honest. But yeah, it might have to do with the fact that the DCEU is now fragmented.
Right. Yes.
And
it is.
It is kind of fragmenting its fans.
Yeah.
It's not like Marvel. Marvel, you have to watch every single movie to
do.
get to like an event style movie, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to DC, it's mainly like this movie of this character has a certain tone. Go watch it if you like that.
Yeah.
This movie of this character has a certain tone. Go watch it if you like that, and stuff like that. And it sort of fragments its fans. And Ben Affleck is not really the internet's favorite person at this point.
No, he never has been really. Ben's always fucking pissing someone off. Good Lord.
I love that man. But yeah, he still wants to direct Batman.
Ben does, really.
Yeah. And well, not just Batman, just anything that DC would give him.
I wouldn't mind it. I mean, he's a hell of a director. Argo was bomb, yo.
Argo was bomb. The Town was really good as well.
Yeah. No, Timberlake, hell fucking yeah.
Yeah. His last directed movie was kind of shit though.
Which one?
Live by Night.
I didn't see that.
It's awful. It's kind of like boring as fucking.
So I don't mind keeping on him as a director. I don't. How do you feel about now that
Matt
the era
Reeves
is over?
Be directing.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Matt Reeves, the guy who directed Rise of the Planet of the Apes, or one of the Planet of the Apes.
One of those.
He's going to be directing Batman.
That's not the worst thing in the world. Batman needs a solid reboot, man. They really like a real solid reboot. They got to get away from the
which is what they're doing with the Suicide Squad, which is excellent. Yeah.
Well, you and I are both all over that, mainly because we both love James Gunn so much, and I
hell.
You know, I'm really glad they're using the script for Guardians 3. You heard about that, right? They are using his script.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they are using his script.
I did not know that, but that would be awesome.
Yeah, that's a really good thing. I'm happy. That broke about a week and a half ago. I saw that on Yahoo.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So
weirdly enough,
now that the the Batfleck era is over, how do you rate Ben Affleck as a Batman?
as a Batman, he's a 2 out of 10.
Really?
As a Bruce Wayne, a solid 7 out of 10.
You know, you're gonna stab me after this. I think Batfleck was the best Batman that we got, man.
Fair enough.
I
can see where
really
you're
enjoyed
coming
him. I did. I loved everything he did about it. He brought that old gritty Batman to the surface. And some of the storylines from the comic books that I loved most was when Batman just said "fuck it." I mean, he knifed motherfuckers in that movie, dude. He punched someone in the dick. I mean, yes, I like Batman with a fucking Uzi. I don't know why. It did something for me. I was like fucking Kevin Smith. I'm like, this is kind of boss.
Yeah. To be fair, I think it's just the fact that he was written very poorly.
I agree with that. It was bad writing.
I think he could make a really great Batman in like a solo movie.
I'm hoping they do the Batman Begins. I'm hoping they go back like to that type of era, like where he let him play the older Bruce Wayne, nurturing a new fucking Batman. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I wouldn't.
Yeah,
mind
that would
that.
be great. But I don't know. They should do something with him because they should have him direct. To be honest.
Yeah, something. He is talented. I mean, he's a dickbag, but he is a talented guy. He's a bag of dicks, dude. I'm sorry, he is. He constantly is. It's just like even when he tries to help.
Have you seen this tattoo?
What's that?
Have you seen this tattoo?
Oh, the fucking back tattoo?
Yeah.
Yeah. What an asshole. You know?
I think that's what got him fired. Ultimately.
You know what? That's warranted. That's fucking well warranted. It's going to be interesting to see where he goes after this and what I care less about that than where I do what they're going to do with Batman from here on out. That's what I care about. I want Batman to be done right from this. And
John Hamm.
Yeah. Ooh, that's
yeah, right.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
That's kind of real interesting.
I can't take credit for that. I've been seeing it all over film Twitter for the last couple of days.
Ham.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like that. I gotta be honest. Oh,
me too.
There's something intriguing about that. He's got the right fucking like stature for it. I kind of do.
Yeah.
With the new Joker movie coming out, which by the way, you and I had a conversation a while back on that, and I'm thinking that we might have been right in our conversation. This is not the Joker that we think it's going to be. This movie is about a different Joker. It's a different setup. And the more trailers that come out, the more I'm being convinced of it. Do you think that's going to be the case, or is this going to actually be...
What trailer came out?
Well, the one that came out recently. Like, there was one that came out like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago.
You fell for a fake trailer,
No, fuck you. No, I did not. No, I didn't. I'll fucking pull that up. No way. Then that is the best fit. It's all... What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, a lot of people fell for it. Optic fell for it. Said,
no.
Sent me the thing. I haven't watched it, but I know for a fact that Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
The Joker trailer 2019, Joaquin Phoenix. I mean, this is all over here. I don't know, man.
Throw it to me.
I'll give it to you right now. Well, I'll throw it in the chat because it's easiest if I just throw it in the chat. Just take the link from there. This thing's a fucking fan-made fucking thing. This is unbelievable. Man.
Yeah.
I did not read that. All right, there it is right there. Fuck. I don't know. It looks really... It looks like it's footage of him running down the street. It looks like... I don't know where else they would get this footage from.
Well, it's probably leaked footage. I would understand that.
It's a teaser trailer. It's almost 2 minutes long, and it's phenomenal. It looks like... It really does look good, but it doesn't look like our... guy. It's from Smasher. You think Smasher put out a fucking fake trailer?
No. Look at the description. It says teaser trailer concept for the upcoming Todd Phillips
DC
Joker
movie concept.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not a fake trailer. I don't know. So it's concept.
Well, it's not a real trailer.
Well, I mean, it's from the movie, so it's not exactly fake.
Yeah, they use clips from different Joaquin Phoenix movies, like where he plays.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Fuck, you're right. I'm a fucking sucker. I'm a sucker. I clicked right into the middle of it, and there was a fucking thing from that fucking Johnny Cash movie that he did. Yeah. Fuck. Your boy got fucking hosed. I got fucking took, son. Shit. I didn't think to question it. It looked good. I didn't even think to question. I'm a fucking idiot.
It did, but it's still like, it's still fake.
Yeah, well,
we're waiting. And it's too early to actually get a trailer. The first trailer is expected. The first proper teaser is expected to drop in June.
Well, I'm glad we did that on the air. I'm really glad that I didn't, run something by you before and like save myself the embarrassment. God damn it.
Pendejo.
Yeah, I am a pendejo. Pinche caron. All right, so we got a couple more things. If you guys want to jump in, you want to take calls today?
Sure, I wouldn't mind it.
All right, so if you guys want to jump in to waiting to call, Discord links down below. I'm sure one of my wonderful mods will also put it in the chat. Come in and talk to me and Tobes. You can make fun of me for being an idiot too. I deserve it. I fucked that up. Holy shit. Come on in. Tobes, what else we got?
There's also Idris Elba is playing Deadshot in the new Suicide Squad remake instead of Will Smith, and I'm really happy about that.
Love it.
He can play the conflict better than Will Smith.
Yeah.
Whether I'm good or bad and stuff like that. And I feel like it's going to get hotter between him and Harley Quinn. Because it's not like his brand. It's not Will Smith's brand, to have like moral ambiguity in a character. Right. So it's going to be nice to see him played by a different actor and have a different actor's take on the role.
Right.
And who better than Idris Elba?
I agree. I think he's going to do a great job.
Yeah. Fucking Shazam.
Before Shazam, wait. Before Shazam. I want to follow up on that real quick because, what was shit? What did you say? Fuck. What were you?
Idris Elba.
Yeah, as Deadshot. Yes. I think the reason why Will Smith didn't work is real simple. He's too likable. He's too likable, and the way that he was written, he was almost written as the hero of the fucking film. It just and Deadshot is a morally conflicted fucking character. There's no question about that. There's code to him. There's family things to him. There's a lot of parts, but I just don't think Will Smith did a good job of construing it in the way that it should have been.
Yeah.
But that movie was.
Yeah, I'm glad they're continuing to race bend the character.
Yeah.
It kind of adds a different dynamic to him that they didn't play with it very well in the first Suicide Squad movie. That I think they could do
because a lot of brothers will tell you Will Smith ain't exactly the blackest man in the fucking room. I'm just saying, man.
Oh, have you seen the Aladdin trailer?
Yeah, I saw the first one. I haven't seen the new one that everyone's going crazy about.
I've loved it. I actually loved it. I this is what I wrote on Twitter. Because I'm that kind of guy. Basically, I'm completely sold on Aladdin at this point. It has it looks quite good. The trailer showed some Guy Ritchie-isms that I'm not really excited about, but it doesn't look like Disney just let him loose, and I'm happy about that.
I'm actually quite excited about Guy Ritchie directing the film. That's probably the only reason I am a little bit excited. I love Guy Ritchie. Fucking love him to death. So I don't mind that all too much. But I don't know. I'm a big Aladdin lover. I love Aladdin. I love Disney. I don't know how I feel yet about all these live action movies that we're getting. I don't know. For one, it's definitely not necessary because almost all the movies hold up.
Well, yeah, it's not necessary, but there's something to it.
There is.
I was working on a video about this, but I kind of scrapped it because there was not a lot of room to expand on the point.
Right.
But every filmmaker has their own artistic sort of inclination towards how to approach a story, how to approach what do I bring to a story.
Right.
You know? In order to critique a movie like this, you have to see where the director was going. If he was making a shot-by-shot of the animated Aladdin, then you compare it to the animated Aladdin. If he was doing like a different take on Aladdin, a Guy Ritchie take on Aladdin, then you judge it based on its own merit.
And that's what I plan on doing.
Compare it to the original.
No,
Yeah.
I do agree with that. That's how you should look at it. I'm of the mindset I'm going to defend it, and I will defend it. I'm going to defend, or at least I'm going to defend the reasons for making the movie the same way I defended Pokemon. With them remaking the original game, what they did with Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, a lot of people had a problem with it. A lot of people just didn't like it because it's not what the original was. It's not supposed to be. All right. What it's supposed to be, and this is exactly what they're doing with these Disney movies, is they're taking things that we're familiar with and they're making it in the way that we have now with the technological advancements to be able to tell the story in a different way, different new developments in so many different things. They're just there's different filmmaking techniques now, and they could bring it to life for a new generation that it's going to connect with. And I don't really have a problem with that.
And it's so different when you watch the 2D animation, which I did like a week ago. You notice how simplistic and sort of boring the backgrounds are, and how irregular some of the animation is.
It's not exactly Sleeping Beauty. You're right.
Yeah. But when you see when I watched the trailer and the castles look extravagant and very detailed, and the inside is just like gorgeous, and the knights have more detail in their armor and stuff like that. It just kind of it kind of makes it more immersive, right? And it kind of explores what the theme is supposed to be. Now, I do have certain criticisms of Guy Ritchie already.
Yeah, I know. I know he's not your favorite guy in the world.
He's not, but also from the tone I've seen the recent trailer, I think he's going Bollywood,
which is perfectly fine.
Maybe to you.
You have a problem. I think if there's any movie in the Disney world that almost lends itself to being viewed through a Bollywood lens, it would be Aladdin. I don't know. I can't.
But see, the problem is, Aladdin's like a Chinese story originally.
You're right.
That they made into like this sort of movie.
You're right.
And then it went to a very Arabic mind. Like, say what you want about the animated series, there's a lot of sort of Arabic feel to it.
Agrabah, yeah.
Agrabah. I mean, there were scantily clad women and also Sharia law, but we can gloss over.
And dancing, and we know you can't dance in Sharia law. No, sir.
Yeah. So there were inconsistencies, but it never failed to be sort of, Arabic, to feel like it's from that region, Persian, Arabic, and stuff like that.
I think it also helped the time that it was made.
This one had both,
right?
And I fear that it's going to be conflicting because Disney just wants money, and they want to pander to the Indian audience.
You bring up a really, really interesting point, because in 1995, when Aladdin was made, there wasn't this. I mean, there were still things going in the world, in the Muslim world, in the Middle East, and all of that, 100%. But there wasn't as much suspicion or anger or whatever is going on in the fucking world right now as far as how everybody feels about one another. You're right, because it did not matter back. Nobody talked about it. That's the first time I've ever heard anybody talk about those points that you just brought up, because they didn't matter, because the songs were fantastic and you liked the characters, and Robin Williams stole the fucking movie and all these things. It didn't matter. It might matter now, because 2019 and the political climate that we have, those discrepancies are going to get fucking called out and blasted all over the internet.
Yeah, I've seen already people complaining that Jasmine is an Indian American actress. And there were some really good. She's like a Disney alum.
Yeah.
I think she worked for Marvel's TV division, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
And it kind of makes sense why they'd hire her, because they're trying to pander to the Indian market a lot with this extravagant Bollywood feel. But it also it kind of undermines the points that Aladdin wanted to make, in which it's an exploration of a certain culture, not a pandering sort of not just pandering for money for different cultures and having like a very messy identity. to it.
See, I'm weird, man. I guess I'm just strange. I don't give a fuck what Aladdin was trying to say. You know what I mean? I don't care what the movie was. I don't care. A Whole New World is one of my favorite songs ever. You know what I mean? We had the kind of same discussion over Mary Poppins. Like, I know the new Mary Poppins movie where, you know, it was a sequel and they had all new songs. And my biggest complaint, remember what it was? The songs weren't any good. I didn't like the songs. I have not hummed one song from the new movie.
There's a reason that's a sound clip. I really enjoy that song, but can't even imagine that.
I know, but I just like, that's the first time I've even thought of that.
Imagine
if I get clipped for that, I'm gonna fucking shank you with a goddamn fucking broken hook.
It's not gonna claim you. Don't worry.
Like it matters at this point. This video is gonna get 117 views. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. Take me down, motherfuckers. Take me down. Go ahead. It's over anyway. The ride's over, kids. What can I fucking say? No, but it is going to be something interesting. Now, Big E said something in the chat that I want to give before we move on to the next thing, and then we'll get out of here if there's no calls. Is he said, you know, Disney is doing all these live action things. They just have no original ideas anymore. Now, I have recently heard a pushback on that, and it goes back to the same point that I just made. I don't know if it's necessarily about not having new ideas as much as having new technology and being able to take these proven commodities and remake them for an audience that will be able to connect with them because of the time that we are in now. I don't think that's the same thing. Do you think it's the same thing, or is Big E just simply right?
See, I don't know. No, I mean, the fact that they're making these is an original idea, and the fact that the different filmmakers are bringing their own twist to it, to giving their own sort of style, lending their style to this sort of storytelling, is original enough to me. And it kind of like every remake, regardless of whether it's a remake of an animated movie or a remake of a superhero movie or a remake of a western, it's still an original idea, even if it like has 70% of the original movie already in it, because there's always going to be something different, something that is going to show off an artistic prowess that you've never seen before, or an angle that you'd see differently now.
Right.
And that's a very, and I think there's a huge problem with Disney and diversification of the work behind the camera.
No, there's some truth there.
Yeah. I mean, do you think Aladdin would be told the same way if say an Arab Muslim was to direct and write?
Of course not. It'd have a completely different feel based on that person's taste and upbringing.
Yeah, exactly.
And that should be celebrated.
Yeah, that should be celebrated. I'm working on a video about that too.
I understand why you sometimes think I'm like ultra liberal, because I do. So it's like that fucking comment right there, that could have came right out of your fucking mouth. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
But no, I do believe in that. I like artistic expression. I think that we have the ability now to be able to do things in a different way. That's why I think some series are starting to be rebooted in a positive way. Look at Halloween. The latest Halloween movie, man, it's a sequel to a franchise where they just said, fuck it, everything after one never happened. This is the new motherfucking Halloween, and this is going forward, and it worked. It fucking worked. So I don't have a problem with it whatsoever. I want to see more of this, and I want to see different views. And if it doesn't connect with me, that's okay. I mean, it's not necessarily something that I'm going to lose sleep over, because guess what? Even if I don't like it, I'll go back and I'll laugh my ass off at Robin Williams. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, the worst thing that Will Smith can do for the genie is do a Robin Williams impression.
Yes. Yeah.
And it seems like he's doing his own thing. He even did a few rap remixes for different songs, and you get a sample of it in the new trailer. Never Get a Friend Like Me.
Yeah.
And then it kind of goes into like a hip hop beat, which kind of really works with the character.
That's going to be interesting.
And it didn't feel odd. Yeah, it didn't feel odd. So I'm really happy with like Will Smith at this point. Sometimes he should have done the motion capture, but he didn't. And sometimes when he's in his sort of like not so big or grandiose
Form.
fucking grandiose form. He kind of looks really weird.
Yeah.
And that's on him.
Right.
Yeah. But also on Guy Ritchie, because Guy Ritchie should have done something like
No,
that.
yeah. Look, there's a reason why a lot of the times these motion cap voice actors, and like Benedict Cumberbatch is a perfect example. You want to see something amazing today, guys? Everybody in the chat, I got something for you. Go look up Benedict Cumberbatch playing fucking the dragon in
Smog.
Yeah, in Smaug. Fucking amazing.
Also Dormammu.
Yeah, yes, because he voiced Dormammu as well, and fucking he did. He pulled the old. I'm gonna voice both ends of it. Yeah, he's an. I mean, that is what you want to see. They get into it, and that's why
Serkis.
Exactly,
well.
Andy Serkis is the fucking king of that. I mean, and I said that with a wink and a nod to his role as King Kong. You know what I mean? It's just like he is fucking fantastic. It's really good to see, and I wish Will Smith would have done. You think he was just above it? Like, I'm not doing that shit.
What do you mean?
Like Will Smith was like, I'm not going to do the motion cap.
Maybe I could see that as being possible. Maybe Guy Ritchie just didn't ask, which I can believe. I can believe, because holy shit, Guy Ritchie is awful.
Why do you hate Guy Ritchie? Come on, man. Why are you gonna fucking hate on Guy Ritchie? Well,
give me a movie that's redeemable.
Give me a movie that's not good.
Sherlock Holmes,
okay.
The first
Fair
and
enough.
second one. There's also King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. Let's see.
I'm going to tell you one reason why I like...
The only good one is Snatch.
No, there's another good
it.
one. There's not. I disagree with you. You have seen Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, right?
Oh, yeah.
Come
All right,
on.
fair
That
enough.
movie's fucking boss.
But Revolver was awful. Man from U.N.C.L.E. was decent.
Yeah. Mean Machine wasn't terrible. Mean Machine was not fucking terrible. It's a remake of Longest Yard, but it's a fucking good movie.
Machine was terrible.
No, fuck you. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Mean Machine was terrible. I don't like that movie at all.
You didn't like The Longest Yard fucking retelling? I loved it, man. I thought it was a good flick, actually.
No, it's bad.
I actually only like three. I only like those three movies from Guy Ritchie, to be completely honest. I only like those three flicks because Snatch is one of my all-time favorite movies. I could watch Snatch like a million times a day. It's also one of my favorite words, Snatch, because it reminds me of pussy. I love that.
Yeah, but Rock and Rolla, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, no, it's pretty bad. It's pretty fucking awful. There's no question there.
There are certain aspects of Arthur Legend of the Sword that I actually enjoy. I love the heightened action that he does, right? But he fails on every other aspect of filmmaking.
He's very inconsistent stylistically. Really... You know what I mean? Like, you would think after movies like Snatch and Lock, Stock, and things like that, you would have an ability to look at a movie and know that it was immediately done by Guy Ritchie. Like, you know, you're always, when you see a Quentin Tarantino...
Well, when it's awful.
Well, fuck off, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of his movies that don't carry the same hallmarks. You know, like fucking Quentin Tarantino, you know you're watching a Tarantino movie. You know when you're watching a fucking Johnny Depp's favorite fucking director movie. Fucking what's his goddamn fuck? Crazy McCrazy Pants. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna brood forever. What's the fucking name of that director? Fuck. Batman.
Who are you talking?
Original Batman movie. Fucking
Christian Bale?
No, motherfucker. Original Batman movie, motherfucker.
Tim Burton.
Yeah, Tim Burton. God damn it.
Right, yeah.
Oh, fucking having a goddamn conniption.
Oh, my God. Look, Dumbo looks great, though.
Dumbo does look great.
Dumbo looks great. Also, just a bit of news. If I'm not mistaken, mid-next month, we're going to get our first teaser to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Ooh. Yes. Oh, did I tell you that I saw Wall Times at the El Royale?
Oh, it's awesome.
It's amazing. It is so good. I want to fuck Thor even more now. I'm sorry. That might have made me gay. He made me gay, man. He was so good, dude. I couldn't fucking deal with it. I was like, this motherfucker's going to make me join his cult. He was great.
It's an excellent movie.
It is
If
a
anyone
good
in the
movie.
chat hasn't seen it, you need to watch
Treat
it.
yourself. It's
amazing.
a really good flick, man. It's great.
Yeah. I'm actually pretty excited to what's like going on in the industry at the moment.
There's a lot to be excited about. I mean, shit, dude. Captain Marvel fucking is making all the money in the world.
Hell yeah.
All the money in the world.
I don't know if you've addressed this last night, but let me address a misconception that Tommy fucking said on his show, which was the most infuriating shit I've seen, because I've never seen a fucking person not know anything about how the industry works speak of it so confidently. It was outstanding, just to fucking like push rhetoric that could have made more money. Fucking let me okay. Captain Marvel was projected to make $100 million opening weekend, which was still big. All right.
Yep.
Just domestic. It made 150 million.
That was just domestic.
Yeah. Just domestic. It doesn't matter whether or not it could have made more money. It's already beyond a success story.
I'm gonna disagree with Tommy so hard. That movie couldn't have made more money no matter fucking what. I'm sorry. Honestly, I think all the fervor and all the fucking trolls, I think it helped it. I think it fucking helped it.
Because it's so uncalled for.
Right.
It's so unwarranted that people kind of like didn't care. I mean, this is the third biggest March opening ever. Sixth biggest global opening of all time.
Right.
Biggest global female opening for female-led film.
Yeah. Look, Brie Larson's still a cunt. I'm sorry, Brie Larson's still a cunt.
Excuse you.
She's a cunt. 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 She is.
Have you seen the movie Room?
I don't care. She's a cunt. She's a great actress. Great actress. Fantastic actress.
Not a cunt.
She is a cunt. Fantastic actress. Fantastic. I will watch her in anything. And I'm very excited to see Captain Marvel. I just wish she'd shut the fuck up. Like forever. And never say anything. Ever.
Why are you like? It's a woman with an opinion. Just let her be.
Oh, don't fucking do that, you SJW fucking card pulling bastard! How fucking dare you? A woman with a voice. Fuck that shit. Are you kidding me right now?
No, I'm not. I'm sorry. No,
I didn't say go make a sandwich. Genuinely. I didn't say use your mouth what it's fucking really designed for. I didn't do any of that. I just said that she's a fucking cunt who says a lot of stupid things, and that's it. That's it.
Fair. But I had to, like, I said something the other day when people were like, oh, we really liked Alita Battle Angel, so we're not sexist.
Yeah.
So my quote tweet was like, the main actress in this movie didn't have an opinion about diversity, so I didn't throw a hissy fit. Which is basically it.
It's basically it. But it's I didn't like a lot of the things that, like, Alita Battle Angel actually tried to capitalize on this. They had the Alita Battle Angel challenge. Don't watch this, watch that. I was like, that's kind of lowbrow.
It still dropped a lot this weekend.
It did.
I mean, I really like Alita. It should have won, really.
Yeah. Well, here's what we're getting now. This is the question I have for you on Captain Marvel, and after this we'll go to Shazam. But you know as well as I do, the opening weekend is not necessarily indicative of how good a movie is. It's the second weekend. So do you think it's going to continue to have the success going forward, or is it going to drop off a lot this week? Doesn't really have much competition.
It doesn't really have much competition, so I'm guessing it's going to have a regular Marvel hold. Yeah. It could have had a better hold should what the fuck? If it was like a more of an Avenger style or a buddy cop style movie or stuff like that. But I think it'll drop between if she drops 30%, then she'd be golden.
Right.
If she drops 50%, then that's okay. More than 50%, that's a problem.
There's probably something
more than
going
60%.
On. Yeah,
sorry,
it might be bad. The movie just might not be any good at that point. But
it's making a shit ton of money globally.
It really is.
That could be the saving grace for Marvel.
I think it's the second highest opening in China ever. It's like unbelievable. It really did kill. And here's my whole argument on the entire thing with Brie Larson. And it's the exact same argument I've already made. And I made it with Michael Jackson. I'll make it with anybody else. Chris Benoit, another person, reprehensible person. Now, granted, one's a alleged pedophile, one's a fucking murderer, and one just said some fucked up shit about men. They're not exactly in the same league, but still, I am able to detach.
She didn't, though.
She did say some fucked up stuff. Totes.
What did she say? Come on. No, seriously.
She was so combative during that thing with the whole fucking thing about. I understand what she was trying to say about Wrinkle in Time, by the way. I know that the movie is not made in the mindset to go towards 40-year-old white men. I understand that's what she may have meant. That's not what she said, though. She attacked that fucking guy and got real combative over it, and she sounded like a man-hating cunt. Is she a man-hating cunt? I don't know, but I can tell you she sounded like one in that clip. That's the only thing that I have against her, because she sounded like a man-hating cunt.
No. Like when she said basically what she did there, and the fact that there was a bit of a backlash, basically opened up a lot of like Rotten Tomatoes opened up a lot of like premium reviewing sort of roles for more people of color, more people of that, and you can see that reflective in certain movies that are made for these people.
People don't like, and this is what you and your fucking side don't seem to understand. People don't like being shamed into feeling away. That's it, man.
Yeah, but the problem is it doesn't matter. I know.
It
people
absolutely
don't like
matters. The message does matter, and who's telling it fucking matters. And
but how else are we supposed to tell this?
It's only going in the right direction. The problem is, and this is what the ultra liberals have this problem. It's never fast enough, and it's never enough, and that can be counterproductive. It can be very counterproductive. Look,
Dave. The majority of reviewers on the Rotten Tomatoes.
It's a lot of whiteys. It's a lot of whiteys. I know.
What? Yeah, straight white men. It was like 70 something percent.
Yeah.
Before Brie Larson made these comments.
The message
it kind of expanded.
Yeah. The message is correct. More diversity is always a good thing. I don't have a problem with it. If someone's qualified for the job, I don't care if they're black, white, red, yellow, you, or what the fuck ever. I don't care. It as long as they're qualified for the job. The problem is when you start forcing these issues, you end up putting a lot of people who are not qualified for the job, but they happen to be that creed or color that they're looking for. And we've seen it. And now it's a feeling out process, and it's going to take time. But when you have that type of rhetoric and that type of vitriol, I think, and not
there was no vitriol.
It created vitriol. The backlash that came back from her on that. Now, granted,
but that's not her fault.
No, it is, because you can say the message in a way and not come off combative. If you talk about it a different way, you don't attack a fucking guy who's asking you a question or telling you that he thought your movie sucked. You know,
wait, who?
The fucking guy she was yelling at. The fucking guy she yelled at Tobes.
It was her friend.
Tobes. When she's yelling at, I didn't make this movie for you, for white men. Come on, dude. She's yelling at him. She scolded him. She scolded him.
Have you seen the video?
Yes. She literally says, this movie was not made for you. Those are the words she said. It's almost word for word.
Yeah, okay. What's wrong with that?
It could have been said in a way that doesn't fucking come off in a man-hating sounding way. I'm agreeing with you to a point.
Yeah, but
go ahead.
Are movies like okay, like this is for example, Captain Marvel's a feminist piece.
Well, some people, some people will say that, yeah.
Yeah, well, it is. That's what it was marketed as, and that's what Kevin Feige said. It's not. It's not the fact. It's not really like. Yeah, people have their own opinion on whether it is or not. Right? But this is Marvel's feminist piece.
Yes.
Okay? And it was marketed as Marvel's feminist piece.
It didn't work so well for Ghostbusters, did it?
It didn't work so well for Ghostbusters, but guess what? It worked really well for Captain Marvel.
Because Captain Marvel was a good movie and fucking Ghostbusters wasn't. You know, maybe it's as simple as that. But if you don't create these type of fucking, these unnecessary combative fucking pugilistic fucking conversations.
But how do we? But how?
By being good. By being good. There was no, by thriving.
By being good.
Yeah. But
Sure, but there is a level of activism that needs to be taken
Absolutely.
to
I
ensure
agree with
these
that.
things happen.
I agree with that. There has
no
to be
one was
someone that
honestly. Brie Larson was the first person to talk about this thing, and it brought up significant change. And that's why Black Klansman was really reviewed well, because it talked about the black experience.
I think it has
This
more
is
to
why-
do with the time that we're living in than what she said. The fact is, right now, you could say things even in a fucking really bad manner and get change to happen because everyone's so knee-jerky in 2019. She may have been laughed out of Hollywood in the fucking 80s or 90s, and you know that to be true.
Let me give you an example, okay? The best example I can think of, which I have written in my script, but I'll give you a TLDR.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Lady Bird is directed by Greta Gerwig. Okay, and when she was going to pitch this movie, no man producer who wanted to take this who she pitched it to, understood where she was coming from, because they didn't understand that this is the dynamic between a woman and between a girl and her mother.
Sure.
Right. These stories can only be given. Can only be told from the perspective of a woman.
Absolutely,
right?
I agree with that.
And okay, now put that in the context of the critic. Now the critic will sit there and he's going to watch this movie and he say, "Oh, this is sincere, but it doesn't seem right."
Right.
But the problem is it's written from the aspect of a woman. The characters are women, and you have to judge it on the merit of what the
I believe the point is valid. I've already said that to you. I believe the point is valid.
Of course.
The eye of the beholder is a very important thing. My point is the message could be delivered better. Now, my question for you is, when was that movie made? The movie that you just referenced, when was that made? When did that happen?
Recently, 2018?
See,
no. 2017.
See, I find that a little bit weird because who did she take it to? Because there's a lot more women in the industry now than there was 30, 40 years ago, right? Just a lot more.
Yeah.
Maybe not enough. Maybe that's an argument for it. Maybe there's not enough qualified people either. What's that?
More women CEOs.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, and this is the same thing I always have problems with affirmative action and all these type of things, that you're going to plug holes with people who may not be qualified. I'd rather take a little bit more time and not force the issue with fucking unnecessary combative arguments. Now, you could say the juice is worth the squeeze in this instance because Rotten Tomatoes got some more people in. And look, she was able to create a fucking tidal wave, just like the Michael Jackson situation. And it seems to be based off of a lot of bullshit, but yet fucking Simpsons are pulling episodes. Drake is you don't need to be right to fucking make a movement. That's my point. And I don't think that you need to continue to be combative to make a proper point. That's why I go back to Brie Larson is a cunt. If she wasn't such a cunt, perhaps the message would have been taken a little bit better. That's my only point. And I don't think it's all. Well, I don't know how you can, because it's a perfect compromise. It really is.
But to what end do we compromise? The niceties and the behind the scenes
if
stuff.
you continue, Dave Chappelle said this perfectly.
In the age of social media, Dave, you need to make a splash to get change.
That is short-term thinking. That is absolutely short-term thinking, because you're using a weapon in Twitter, in social media, to fucking force people, and in most cases, shame them. Dave Chappelle says this better than I ever fucking can. I'm rooting for you, ladies. I have a daughter myself. If you win, that means she wins. But you're going about it the right way, and you're creating enemies on the other side instead of building bridges. And that is fucking true. That's how I see it. And it's just over and over. I see it over and over, and I believe it. And until that changes, I'm going to continue to speak out about it.
Okay.
Fair?
Fair.
Tell me about Shazam.
Fair. I tell me.
So we can get out of here. You know what? I got to be
Speaking
honest. That was a good conversation, Tubbs. I'm going to shake your hand. Yeah. Good conversation.
No, I could have gone on, because I'm really a better writer than I am just like an off the cuff.
But debater. you were going the same point though. It was that you were beating the same point into the ground. I know what you're saying.
I really wanted to change something, but I don't do debate really well. But it was a nice conversation.
No, I don't think you debated wrong at all. I think it was a good conversation. I really do. I think it was actually a really, really good conversation. All right, Shazam.
All right. Speaking of Captain Marvel,
You're right. Yeah.
see what I did
Yeah,
there?
that was nice. That was well done.
Okay.
Steve!
So,
Slade Wilson,
Captain-
Wade Wilson. Fuck you, Marvel. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh my God, yeah. So basically, fun. But Shazam streamed for a few critics earlier this week. And the reaction has been very positive.
Yeah.
Now they can't actually write reviews at all because of the embargo hasn't lifted
Yeah,
yet.
they got the NDA going.
Yeah, but as a rule of thumb, if the critic screening is so much earlier than the movie's initial release, then not only does the studio have faith in this movie, but it means the movie is good.
Yeah, which is
So
surprising because I would have bet
hopeful.
against this movie. I would have bet the house against this movie, dude. If someone would have said, Dave, bet me every possession that you have against Shazam, I would have put it up. Because there's no way. And I would have, you know what? To be fair, I would have done the same thing against Black Panther. I would have done the same thing against Guardians of the Galaxy. I just didn't think that they would work. And I don't think Shazam was going to work. And it looks like we might be wrong.
It might be, and I don't know if it's a small scale DC movie or a large scale one.
Right.
Based on what I can tell from the based on what I can tell from the trailers, it seems like kind of small scale and very intimate.
Yeah.
And that I find really good for a movie of that caliber and the character of that caliber. And I really like Jack Dylan Grazer so much. I love that kid. I love that kid. He's excellent. He smokes weed.
Oh man, why you gotta fucking do that, man? I'm waiting on ganja like a motherfucker here. I'm dying. I'm in so much pain, dude. I'm ready to like smoke anything that's green at this fucking point. Dude, you can't do that to me. Fuck.
But yeah, he's 13. He accidentally posted a video of him
Oh god.
getting high on
Well
his-
done, young man. Well done. Oh no. Where are the parents? Where are the parents?
I don't know.
They're cashing checks.
Absentee.
Too busy.
But yeah, it really looks good, and I'm really happy that it is good. I love Shazam. He's one of my favorite characters to play in the Injustice game.
Oh yeah, he is kind of
So,
boss
yeah.
in Justice League.
Yeah.
That's true. It's yeah, Shazam. I'm interested to see if it works. I really am.
You know, at this point, when after like Avengers Endgame, I think the genre would die. If the genre would die, I'd die happy because I've seen Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel is my favorite superhero in Marvel, along with Doctor Strange.
That version
I
of
love that.
Carol Danvers was your favorite.
Yeah.
Really?
There are a lot of really poorly written comics of
Agreed.
her.
Yeah.
But when she's well written, she is outstanding.
She's a good character. And you like the
she's an
characters are
excellent character.
fantastic. I agree with that.
When she was Miss Marvel,
Yeah.
it was excellent as well.
Do you think they
now,
should have went the Miss
Marvel
Marvel route? You think that instead of
No, Captain Marvel. I'm glad
just for
they
the
stuck
point?
with Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eh,
The problem with that is the fact that Captain Marvel's new sort of backstory, it's her origin story,
Yeah.
is a bit messy, and that's kind of reflected in that movie. So they couldn't really do much of it. But if they did like a Miss Marvel, I feel like the reviews for this would be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you might be right.
But I'm glad-
You might be right
but
there.
I'm
That's the
glad they did.
thing. You could be right on that, but there are some fucking people in the industry that have a clear bias. I mean, how fucking long was Roger Ebert fucking Siskel fucking accused of bias against certain people? Didn't they call fucking Kevin Smith the Antichrist or some shit? They called him something bad. I can't even remember, man. It's fucked up. It really was.
Yeah.
But it's going to be, I think, DC has Marvel to thank for a lot of things. Let's be honest there. Because Marvel is a proof of concept for, and really it kind of even goes back further if you think about it. I mean, we may not like some of the more current movies, but X-Men got the whole fucking ball rolling when you really fucking think about it. And now it's just kind of fucking snowballing into this culmination of damn near 20 years of superhero movies, it feels like. And then we're going to be going on to a whole new chapter, new characters, new actors. Captain Marvel is going to be very important to Marvel in about 4 months. You know, when everything is done with Endgame and people are asking what the fuck is happening, Captain Marvel is going to be one of those important characters. You think they ice her in the movie? I'm thinking they might kill her.
No.
I've heard there are two, like there up until a week ago, and you can confirm this if this is true or not. Up until like 2 weeks ago, they were still doing reshoots for Endgame. It was apparently there's two completely different endings. Now, I don't know if that's just standard protocol, but this is late to be shooting reshoots.
You know what? It might be a case of just the old 1-2.
Yeah,
I guess.
You might be right.
It's just kind of like but confusing people as to whether this is the ending or that is the ending, just in case.
Because Ruffalo can't shut the fuck up.
Neither can what's his name, Tom Holland.
Yeah, but he's a kid. I forgive him. Ruffalo's a fucking idiot.
Tom Holland is older than I am.
Really? I thought he was. I thought he was legitimately like 18, 19 years old.
No, he's 22, I think.
Is he really? Yeah, I thought he was a fucking kid. Holy shit.
No.
He's in his.
I am wet for him.
I know you are, you fucking Twinkie snacker, motherfucker. It's gonna be a lot of fun the next couple of months, man. I gotta go see Captain Marvel. I'm gonna try to get to it this week. I really want to go see it. Fucking losing my mind. So good show, I'd say.
And that Stanley cameo.
I know. I heard. I heard. I can't wait.
Have you actually like?
I don't know exactly what is said, but I mean, I just heard it. It is by far the best Stanley cameo yet.
Yeah, especially to a Kevin Smith fan.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that. You want to take a quick call?
Yeah, sure.
Let's see what. This is going to get contentious, I can already tell. Let's bring in Everyone Lies. You're live with Dead on Dave and Film Oddities. What you got?
I want to mostly agree with you, Dave. Brie Larson is obnoxious.
Yep.
I do think that it's not really just a left thing, though. I think it's very similar to when the other side says, Mexicans are coming over the border, they're going to take our gerbs. I think it's the same thing as what she said, except the libtard version of it.
Yeah, in some ways. I mean, in some ways there is. But, I mean, one is it has been memed to the point where, you know, it's an absolute joke. And the other created a backlash that everyone thought was going to tank a movie. But then, you know, Captain Marvel kind of teabagged all that.
Did the old switcheroo.
Yeah.
That's strange times. And I think a lot of those movies, people go into it knowing it's going to be SJW-ish anyways. It's a superhero movie.
I don't think people care in the mainstream outside the internet. People don't care.
The only time I've ever cared about SJW politics in a movie is when I saw Star Wars with Tommy. Honestly. And it's not even no, I don't even mean that. I don't even mean that in a crazy way. I've known Tommy for 10 years. So when he wanted to go see Star Wars with me, I was like, fuck. That was my first reaction. It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Because I know, and it's not anything bad about Tommy. He didn't talk throughout the movie or anything like that. But every time that, like when we saw the purple-headed bitch, we looked at each other. And I guarantee you, I wouldn't even thought twice about it had I saw it on my own. The company that you keep and how you watch something in what environment does matter to how you perceive a movie, man. I mean, it has something to do with it.
Yeah. I mean, my first viewing was with friends. I watched it early on Wednesday, and the entire auditorium was laughing with the jokes, and everyone was having a really great time. The second time, when I saw it in like a more critical light, it was in like one of those high-end theaters, and it was very quiet when it kind of came to the comedic parts. Like you'd hear a chuckle or two.
Oh, really?
And it does really change your perspective on the movie that you're watching.
Yeah,
I thought it was entertaining. It's just, I think the only thing that really bugged me was like they didn't really do anything with like the characters. No.
Well, you can watch my review that I posted on my channel.
A lot of the common problems I'm hearing with the movie, I feel it'll be cleared up after Endgame. some of the plot hole things that people are coming up with and stuff. I think they're all on purpose, every single one of them. They're there because there's no direct setup, from what I understand, between Captain Marvel, because it's an origin story and that's all it was supposed to be. But there are things that point to certain things, if you've been paying attention, that might mean something when we get to Endgame, and that might clear some of the time things up. The Tesseract being the biggest one that they're going to have to answer. But I think we already know the answer to it if you think about it. But we'll see. We'll see.
It gave Jeremy a way too much to talk about. That's my only thing.
Fuck that neckbeard, all right?
Fuck that.
Neckbeard.
Jesus Christ.
God,
And also, my friend Matt, if you're watching this, I don't know if you are, but I'll send you this clip. What are you doing? What are you doing? Sir, come on.
That's funny. I don't know. Anything? Everyone lies. Anything else from you, buddy?
No, I think that's it. I think I just wanted to bring up the comparison so people could think about that a little bit.
Good shit. Call in more often, man. I miss you.
Yeah. All right, miss you too.
Talk to you later, baby.
See ya, comrade.
All right, Tobesies, take us home. Tell us what's going on with you. Anything that we may have messed up, forgot, whatever. Floor is yours. Take us home, Daddy.
Well, no, I think we covered everything we needed to cover in this episode. And yeah, it all seems nice. I'm really happy that I got to do the show with you tonight. We went for, nearly
almost
2
2
hours.
Yeah, it was a good one. Yeah. It was a damn good one.
It was.
We might be the only ones who liked it, but it was a damn good one.
Well, I like the video, fuckheads. There are 25 of you in the chat and only 14 likes. Come on.
I know. Fucking assholes.
Yeah.
I guess we didn't make fun of enough animals in this show. I don't know.
Probably.
Didn't make one fucking dying dog joke. I don't know, man. Fuck. I don't know. Oh, well.
But if you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to push out as much content as possible. I'm dealing with midterms right now, but I'm working on a script that is going to be a bit controversial, but I'm going to try to present it as neutrally as possible. I'll even run it by Dave, so he doesn't say I'm very vitriolic.
I'll try to help. Hey, I'll give you some help. I'll be in there and just like smack some shit around. By the way,
you're already part of it.
Oh, I knew it. I knew I was. I knew when you were asking me questions. I knew it. Down below, all his information, his Twitter and his YouTube. Go check him out, man. I do love Tobes, and I love the things that he makes. You may not have to agree with everything that Tobes. I know I don't fucking agree with everything that Tobes says, but I think most of the time Tobes is more fair than people give him credit for. So go check him out and make up your own goddamn minds, all right? Fair enough.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. I'm going to get you out of here. I'm going to end the show, and I'll see you next time.
All right.
Thanks, Tobes. Get some sleep, bud.
See you guys.
All right, so check it out, guys. Rest of the week follows tomorrow. We got Faybell returning. That's right. The Fainicorn is going to be here to talk about two of your favorite internet fucking train wrecks and everything that's been going on with them. Thursday looks to be an open day so far. None of my wonderful new co-hosts have claimed that day yet. If they don't, it's going to be a Twitch day. Twitch. I'm live every day on Twitch. Every single day, noon to 3 or 11 to 2 if I'm doing a YouTube show at 3. Now, you got to be there. We just finished Resident Evil 2 today. We're going to be going into Breath of the Wild. We got Jackbox. I fixed some shit with my computer, so we're going to be doing marbles again. There's all kinds of stuff that you want to be a part of. Get over into the motherfucking Twitch and come hang out with me. Help me grow that bitch. We're almost at 2,000 followers. We're doing a lot of great stuff. I want to see you there. I miss the Mush Puffs. And make sure you're here each and every single day for Dead on Dave Live. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. I love Tobes. I love fucking everything. I'm just a loving fucking fat guy today. Keep it copious, folks. And remember, as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. See you next time. Good night. Oh, I need to hit the outro now. I didn't hit the outro. Now I'm just making it awkward. I forgot. I almost hit the end stream button, and that would have just cut it off completely when what I really wanted to do was this. that all the fake Dead on Dave fans have already left. They go out, they clear out immediately. But those of you who waited, because I love Marvel, there's always something at the end. And just like I've been doing, here is something. Very good chance tonight during SmackDown, I'm going to be hanging out in my Discord. If you want to see that, tag me on Twitter and tell me you want to hang out with me during SmackDown and have a little call. And I'm going to try to revive my Discord, and you can be a part of it. There you go. All the other suckers didn't hear it. Only you did. You're special. I love you. Good night.